Alright, for anyone who wants to know, here's a basic tutorial of how to go off-grid. And I don't mean like moving into a commune where you just kind of move in and set up, yeah, you're ready. No, I mean like carving a new life out of raw jungle or like raw wilderness or whatever. Step one, figure out what you want. Go on camping trips, visit different areas, different environments, stuff like that. Think in your head, boy, how would I want to live if I could do anything? Figure out what you really want. And for some people, this will be obvious very quickly. For other people, they'll have to travel around, do a whole bunch of stuff, blah blah blah, and they'll figure it out eventually. But figure out what you really want to do, the kind of environment you want, and all that stuff. And don't make any presumptions. Go test it out. If you want to live in the forest, go live in the forest in a tent for like a month. Like, don't go in an RV where you're insulated from the environment. Just go in a tent and rely on yourself. Step two, once you've figured out what you want, find your own piece of that somewhere. So if you want to live in the forest, find some piece of forest land you can buy. Or maybe you want to live on someone else's land, but keep in mind that if you're on someone else's property, you are under their rules. If they sell it, they're selling your place. Basically, if you want to have the freedom to do what you want, you need to have your own rights to the area where you are. Buy some land or whatever. Figure out what you have to do to get that, but do not get it with a loan. Or if you do get a loan, don't expect to go there and do anything until your loan is paid off, because you're going to have enough to worry about when you're there that you don't want to have the bank coming and stabbing you in the back when you're trying to lift up heavy rocks and stuff, because they're heavy enough on their own. Okay, step three. This is the one that people tend to skip over the most, or try to skip over, and then they get this slap of reality and realize you can't skip step three. Step three is making it so you can be there, so you can be on your land in your potential future paradise, and you don't have to leave. That means you don't have debts that are going to come after you. That means you have enough savings that you're not going to run out of money, and you won't be able to get food, and you'll before you get set up. Because presumably people doing this kind of lifestyle, once you get everything set up, you don't need much money, but you need enough money to get to that point. And once you're there, you need to set up whatever you need to stay there. So the first thing that a human being needs to be in a place is air. That's like your first and possibly your only freebie. You're going to get the air, because it's pretty much everywhere, unless you really want to live underwater or something, but I'm not going to get into that. Next, you need water. Now this is one people skip all the time. You need some kind of water. Are you buying water? Are you like getting it from some natural resource? I like to get it from a natural resource. I'm collecting rainwater here. And, once I got that set up, it was just a huge weight off my back because I didn't have to worry about what I and my kids are going to drink. So water. Figure out whatever you're going to do for water, figure that out and make that happen. Shelter. A lot of times people think they're going to build their mega palace. First thing, just build something that gives you a place to sleep so you can stay there and build your super mega fortress or whatever. Take a tent or build some shanty or whatever. It doesn't have to be pretty, it doesn't have to be anything that's permanent or spectacular or whatever. It just has to be something that makes it so you can be there. Pretend you're on another planet and you just need to make a habitat that will support your life, because it's not going to be permanent. You're going to do something in the future. You need something so you can actually be there to make your amazing thing. I almost forgot. Part of step three. When you go to a new place that's out in the wilderness, if there are already people there, they will help you at first probably. But get off their help as soon as possible. Because when you're the new person, they'll help you out a little bit, but pretty soon they're going to say, okay, look, you're not here so you can mooch off me. You need to either get on your own feet, start doing your own thing, or you need to go home. So if people help you when you go to your new amazing off-grid potential super place, appreciate all the help they give you, and remember that in the future. Don't take any of it for granted, and don't let it make you dependent on them. Get independent as soon as possible so you can stay on your land, not depending on anyone else. All right, step 4. Once you know that you don't have to run home to mama, you can stay on your property and everything is good. Then you can start building your house. No, you can't start building your house. Step 4 is figuring out how you can do that. Figuring out how to deal with resources around you. Can you cut your own boards if you're building with wood? Do you have to hire someone to do it? Do you need to get a chainsaw? Do you want to get a lumber mill? I mean, there's a lot of different ways to do all kinds of different things. You know, can someone bring a cement truck to your location? Or do you need to bring, go somewhere, get a truck, go pick up your concrete and mix it yourself? Just figure out whatever it is you need to do to be able to do the stuff you want to do. Figure out your infrastructure. And then do it. If you need to build a road to get into your property to get materials in there, spend whatever time it takes to do that. Don't jump ahead and think you're just gonna build the whole thing right at once. Because it's gonna save you more time in the end if you do all your infrastructure right at the beginning. Maybe not all of it, but the necessary things. So like, I needed a dock, so I built that right away. First thing I did, built a dock. Maybe not the first thing I did. First thing I did once I got here. Anyway, so figured out what you need to be able to do things, and then do it. Spend the time to do it. Do the work. Don't try to skip it. Step 5, just go for it, man. If you've gotten to the point where you've found the place you want to be, you've purchased land or done whatever you need to be able to be there, you figured out how to live there without having to leave, you figured out how to do stuff, step 5 is just do it, man. Just start doing it and just enjoy it, and know that this is what you wanted to do. And remember, when the work gets really, really hard, and it's probably going to get super, super hard, just remember, keep in your mind that image of what you want to do, because that has to do with step 1. Part of step 1 was making sure that you were choosing something that you really, really thought was worth it. So when you're on step 5 and you're doing the stuff and you're up to your eyeballs in mud and you're clawing your way through rocks and whatever you need to do, you can just picture that in your head. This is going to be this amazing thing. I just got to keep clawing and clawing my way at it. And just keep going and don't quit. Don't let yourself make any huge mistakes. As long as you don't do anything stupid, and just keep going one step at a time. Just keep putting one step in front of the other. Just keep moving one rock at a time. Just keep going, making progress toward your goal. You're gonna just get this amazing life in the end. And even if you don't end up building what you originally drew on your picture or thought of in your head or whatever, you're gonna do something, and it's gonna be amazing. And you're gonna have this awesome experience, and you're gonna have this place that, I mean, there's a very good chance you couldn't even have thought of what it was going to look like when you started, because you're going to learn all this stuff as you're going. And just enjoy it, man. Just enjoy it. Enjoy the hard work. Know that you're doing something you love, and it's for yourself and your friends who come visit and your family. And just go for it, man. Just go for it. Step 5 is awesome. It's the longest step. I guess it depends what you end up doing. But man, Step 5 is like the most work and the most rewarding. It's awesome. Just don't skip to step 5 without doing all those other steps, because you'll set yourself up for some really difficult problems. Oh, and step always. Take care of your health, because you are the driving force between the entire thing. Did I say between? Whatever. Your mental health isn't that important. You might have to go a little bit crazy.